we got there at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the day before the season started. And we just started cracking beers. And I just like, cause that's what we did back then. Couple 30 packs of Busch Light. And, all I know is that the next morning that alarm went off and I think my other uncle showed up to take you, and I went with the uncle that stayed with us. And it was like, I would just have this fog in my brain. Like, how are we even going to do this today? And I can remember just like having my other uncle took you around the bend or something like that. And me and my uncle just dropped straight off of this cattle pasture where this shed was down into the public below, and instantly started hearing gobbles from the roost, which it was almost like automatic to shoot a turkey at that point in the game.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
Remember back to like what you're talking about is how I remember sitting in the dark thinking like, what in the heck? This is another one of Dan's deals that I'm just in with. Cause that happened often at that point in our lives. And then you heard one just crack off. And I remember just looking over at your uncle, who I met in the dark at whatever time in the morning. And I'm still just pissed drunk.
Right.
And I'm like, and he was like, oh yeah, boy. And then it was just like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot that sucker in the face.
And probably the only reason you knew he was there is because you could see the end of a cigarette getting burnt down.
Yep.
In the dark.
And the only reason he knew I was there because I was probably packing some Copenhagen.
Oh my God. And now I look back at that and I go, these are the stories I do not want to tell my oldest boy. It's like, hey, let's have booze and guns and hunting all in the same story. Just not a good look at that point.
Yeah.
But we survived it.
It was a good time.
It was fun. But we both killed turkeys.
We did. I don't know. Well, I mean, there's a lot that happened between that morning and when I killed my turkey.
Right. I shot mine right off the bat.
And then I remember it just got like stupid hot.
Yep.
And that's when the hangovers kicked in.
Yep.
And I remember going back. I remember there's just like the shed, like now that you think back about it, it was kind of like picturesque. It was kind of like up on top of a hill with rolling down to that field where you shot your bird.
Yep.
And I remember one cracking off down in the bottoms in the afternoon and your uncle making us go down there to try and kill it. And like that was before reaping was a thing.
Yeah.
And I remember just like puking the whole time, like going down there. Because it was a big hill, and we were just sweating like.
I love how you're puking on the way down the hill instead of back.
Well, we were drinking already.
I know. My Lord.
And then,
oh my Lord.
I mean, not like drinking, but we had like one with breakfast, one with lunch, because we didn't have Bloody Marys. We were too poor. And we we're just like trying to break the curve. You know, we were trying to get back right with Jesus.
Yep.
And, man, and then I remember going out, and that's when I knew your uncle was serious. At one point, he called in like 3 times, and I remember you and I were posted up against this oak tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember.
My God. Oh, yes.
I remember waking up to him yelling, fucking shoot him. And these times we were both laying down on the ground, sleeping. They were at like 8 yards. And we wake up, knock over the gun.
3 strutters, just like 10 yards right in front of us.
Done.
Oh my God.
He was pissed.
Because I believe it was like, that was day 3 or something like that. And we had been working, and he had been trying to put us in position to kill turkey position for you to shoot a turkey all like those following 2 days. And we're just sleeping underneath that.
Yes.
Oh my God.